and welcome to Sports Betting Illuminated, where we play with the house, not against it. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks so much for showing up here early. And check it out. We have Chris from Patriot Sports Radio as our first guest on the show. Welcome on, Chris. Hey, is the audio working okay? Everything working clearly?
What up, fam? Go, Pack, go!
Woohoo!
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome in. Thanks so much for coming on the show. It's so great to be back in the live stream studio with you. Back in the day, we were on Smoke the Spread together. We had like over 100 live stream episodes. Started the damn sports.
Yeah,
network.
phenomenal, Ari.
Oh, go ahead. What were you saying, Chris?
I think we have a latency. I think there's a latency here for about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think so too. You know what? Let me try to get this figured out real quick. And
also, I'm listening to us on YouTube.
yeah, I think there's let me just check and see what's happening with the Rumble studio real quick, and
Not through the stream, so I'm missing.
Okay. That's odd. Okay. So you're not hearing your audio here? Chris, are you not hearing the audio?
I'm hearing it through YouTube, and it's about 10 seconds off.
Okay. I'm just trying to see what I can do here to make everything go a little bit faster. We are connecting through Rumble right now. I don't know why there was a little bit of an issue with Rumble. I set the stream up last night, so everything would be in place, but okay. I mean, I can hear you okay. Can the rest of you guys hear?
I've never seen this. I've never seen this platform. Is it?
Yeah, it's an open source platform. Everything I do is here within OBS, so open broadcasting.
Voodoo Ninja.
Yeah. I know. It was streaming pretty much without latency like a minute ago, but I think it's okay now. Does everything sound normal now? Hey Brian, welcome in. Super James.
If I turn off YouTube, I don't have anything, Ari. And it's about 10 seconds from when you talk till you hear me.
Huh, okay. Okay, let me just try to figure this out. Sorry, everyone. Technical difficulties.
Well, maybe I can't tell if I talk if people are hearing me about 10 seconds late.
Okay. I think you're good right now. How is it for everybody in the audience? Okay, well, we'll have to figure out this latency issue. I'm trying to figure this out on the fly, but
Yeah, if you call me, well, let me see.
what are you guys saying from the audience? Everyone's excited to see you here. DJ Ray, thanks so much for coming in early, dropping all my links. Super James reminding everyone to get the Sports Betting Illuminated book. I have it right here. Thank you so much.
People are saying it sounds good on their end. Oh my gosh. It's buffering on my end.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay, but I think I know how to get this figured out for him to really more of like smooth, like no latency kind of thing. Hopefully. Next time it'll be a little bit smoother. I think I know. I know how I need to set it up now. But
I think it's just yeah.
Okay.
DJ.
What were you saying?
There's about 10 seconds.
Okay, so how about I just, yeah, I mean, I could just call you. Bring you on, like, via the cell phone. And then I'll just mute your mic so we could all see you. And then I'll just call you on the cell phone and have that audio. How does that sound?
Always got to have one test run. But
Right. Definitely. Okay, so I'll just call you. Okay, I just muted.
Yellow.
All right. Hey, I have you on speaker right now.
Okay, I'm gonna put one AirPod in.
All right, welcome on to the live stream. Okay, so now they can see you. The latency's just a little bit there, but this will go smoother in the future. Wow. All right, that was kind of crazy. Can you guys hear him okay? Let me turn down the music just a little bit.
All right, so now I put one AirPod in, Ari.
All right, let's go. I think I need a cannabis break after all this. I was having issues with Rumble, having issues with the latency. This is getting out of hand. All right.
So if you hear me on the AirPod, does it take about 10 seconds before you hear me on the stream, sis?
I mean, I see your mouse moving on the stream, like, as you're talking, but I did mute you, so it's just coming through my phone right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, I do need to smoke real quick. That was crazy. This is Dawn Walker that I'm smoking because every day is a new day, and this is a new kind of show. Nice uplifting head high with mental clarity. It's a good strain. Yeah, definitely. Good strain for starting something new, like today, having a guest on the show. So, Chris, what plays do you like in the NFL today?
Well, I love the Packers, 100%. -6.5 is where I saw it. I'm sure that's a sucker bet because the Bears are a different kind of team coming, not to start the season, but they're really rolling now. But I just can't get down with the quarterback who paints his fingernails. All right, so I'm never going to be able to get down with that. So I hope that they come up here. It snowed last night. We got about 2 inches of snow. It's going to be cold today, and I'm hoping that Jordan Love just takes it and Micah Parsons just has his way with Caleb Williams. We'll see. When it's early, Ari, you can always kind of make believe what happened, and that's my favorite. But then reality sets in, and the Packers get punched in the mouth. We'll see.
You know what? Actually, though, I'm leaning towards the Packers today. For real.
Oh, my God. Mark it down. If the goddess of betting is on the Pack, we are going to win. It's going to happen. We've spoken into the universe.
I actually really do like them. Plus, this line's been moving in the right direction. And I've been watching that, even though the money's been flip-flopping a little bit, it's on the Packers today. Some sharp money is there. And, you know, so right now this is actually a pretty strong lean. So I wouldn't be too down on the Packers today. I do like this. I like this. Add it to the action plays.
I'm also a student of Ari bets, so obviously I have the Rams bet and the Commanders bet already. They are in red.
They are in red. Yeah, I would say the Commanders, I did move them a little bit more towards a blue play right now. It's a strong lean, but I do love this Rams play. I think this is really solid. I think this is going to be a blowout. Rams versus Cubs.
I love to hear it.
Yeah.
How disgusting did you get a little bit of that pukey in your throat when you had to press the Commanders? Just.
I think that's just you.
Wait a minute, stop the press. Chuck bet the Packers yesterday. I feel good. I'm going to double down. Let me just dive right into my betting app here and double down on this.
You're doubling down. I love it. We're starting off strong. You're already doubling down on the bet. But you know what? I like the play. I like seeing our sharps in the audience taking the same play. And it's looking better and better by the second. Yeah, I like it.
I just got a text from a dear friend from our old show, Healthport, and let me see here. He said, I can hear you. It's probably the Green Bay Packers attire that's effing up the stream. So,
well, I'm glad you guys could hear Chris just fine. I was thinking I could get a speaker or something if it's hard to hear him. You know what? Why don't I do that? And you can talk to the audience for a second.
I think that betting the Commanders made me puke in my mouth, but you're absolutely right. The Vikings have just tanked this year. What a fail with J.J. McCarthy. They really hit him at Michigan in his horrible arm. I think the
basically take all these clubs and lower to the
Bluetooth disconnected.
Oops. So sorry about that. Oh, I'm so sorry, Chris. I think I hung up on you. Hold up. Audio on. Sorry. I'm having...
Gotcha. No, you're good.
I'm having all kinds of technical difficulties today.
You know, we may have to repeat this next Sunday and figure it out this week to where we can... Or jump on a weekday stream and try to get it figured out.
Yeah. But people...
On the air.
Yeah, people like hearing from you. I gotta admit, it is.
And we gotta bring some excitement, Ari.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's bring the excitement. Let's bring some winners today. You know what? We like the Packers early. And I like seeing that you guys are on the Packers too.
That's phenomenal. Love the Rams today, Derek says. Chuck, that cheese always messes with audio. It does, Chuck.
That is funny. That is so funny. All right. Yeah, this is great. I think we're gonna have some wins here. Okay, I'm glad you guys could hear everything good on your end.
I'll have to re-listen to it back when we're done.
Yeah.
Ari, do you stay in the NFL or on a day like today, do you lean yourself over to college basketball? Because I see you love college basketball. You love to bet college basketball.
I do. Today, actually, like my favorite play of the day is in college basketball. But,
I knew it.
But I mean, I still like to play the NFL. You know, I really like to hop around, and today the totals in the NFL just have not been popping. I've been watching, you know, kind of waiting to see are there going to be some interesting totals to look at. You know, I always do really well with those, but yeah, just not today. I don't know. It just depends on the day, you know, really how confident I feel on the bet, and you know, also like my model score too.
You've been digging way into the NBA, I see.
Yeah.
Usually have an NBA pick.
Yeah. NBA. Well, we're actually doing well in the NBA right now. My ROI is sitting at 47%. And that's a 75.6% win rate on 45 units. So it's really good. I mean, that's our highest ROI so far. College basketball falls like right behind that with a 32.5% ROI. That's a 68.9% win rate. 61 units played there so far, so I've been playing a lot more of that. But then NFL is kind of falling a little bit behind that. Not too far behind though, because we're still in the positive at 26.2%. And NHL, Derek, thanks for the hockey picks. We're sitting at 21%. That's our ROI with a 60% win rate. So yeah, basketball.
Is the NFL harder? Is the NFL harder, Ari, because more like just regular dudes are betting in it?
No, I don't think that's really like why it's harder. I think this season in particular, I mean, because the sportsbook prices all of that in. I would say this season in particular has just had more variance than other seasons where, I mean, I was talking even with a sports writer about this, like Jeff Vogel, and he was kind of calling it like almost like whiplash. You're getting from one week to another where it's just not, consistent. Like one week it's like all favorites and the next week, they're destroyed and it's all, and it really does kind of feel like whiplash, but when you look at the big picture, and I did this, like I actually applied to data, it's like really not that different than like other regular seasons. Like it's very, like it falls within the same ranges. So I think it's just like a lot more variance like up front this year. And I think, we're just not used to it because it's, it still feels early.
Right. Yeah, and I've been wanting to talk to you, and I'd love to hear Chuck talk about the betting scandal that's been going on.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think right now, considering like how much money is I mean, and it's like crazy to me too, because it's like these people are losing like, I mean, they could be making millions of dollars a year forever, pretty much, and are losing it all because like they want to bet like $400 on a game or something. Maybe they put like, I mean, a lot of these people bet like maybe $1,000 total on these bets or whatever. And it's like, wow, like, the consequences are real. And, I mean, it's crazy to me how people are just making these like sort of short-sighted decisions where, you're kind of throwing away your life and your future. And I mean, I worry about college now with like, I mean, a lot of people think there could be some real, like maybe mob-tied like betting scandals going on here with like college level athletes and players. And, I mean, especially at that level and at that age when they're a lot more, easily influenced. To really like make a make a few quick bucks. It's bad.
The way you bet, I don't think it's too affected by it, and because you don't get into the player props themselves very often,
Mm-hmm. Right.
I think that's really where they're taking advantage of these kids is individual players and player props.
Oh yeah, I agree with that 100%. Like it is these player props, and it's like I always said before, it's easier to not do something than it is to do something. So, they know what the prop is, they have this money, they think they're not going to get caught. But I mean, truthfully, like they're getting caught left, right, and center. I mean, AI is able to spot these things like that because, I mean, the sports books have good models. They're spotting us, but then it also is like, why is this not being, like, why is there not enough action being taken immediately, like when this happens?
Yeah, I would. Probably a lot of people have their hands in that honeypot.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I think really with college players, like I'm not against banning college props. I mean, I'm really not. If it comes to
it's not a bad idea. They're children.
Mm-hmm.
Am I being a little bit naive when I say they're taking advantage of these kids? Maybe that's not the right way to say it, but it feels like that.
No, I mean, I think you're right. Hey, David. Good morning. Yeah, no, I mean, I think you're right 100%. Like, they're taking advantage of these kids because these kids are in college a lot of times. Like, it's the first time that they're being offered like a lot of money for their sport, and maybe it's like a not so good player trying to offer them all this money, but they're gonna take it thinking they won't get caught. But then it like ruins even their chances of a future, like having a professional career and everything like that. I mean, it's not good for them growing up and their health overall. So
Very short-sighted.
Very short-sighted, and it's like it's terrible. I mean, I wish there was a way to, where we could ethically like still do props and have everyone perform to like their best. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think we could use technology for that too. Like this guy, is supposed to be performing here, but today he's performing here, and this looks like he's trying to manipulate the situation. I mean, we should be able to flag these things.
What up, Eric? Looks like he's an PSR host guy.
Hey, Eric, welcome in. So nice seeing you here. 5-course breakfast cooking here.
Maybe some winners. Boy, Eric gets on a tear. I know he's on the Packers today, but he gets on a tear with his 18-leg parlays.
Oh, my God.
Those are Ari's favorite for sure.
Well, I was thinking today we could do potentially like a sizzler. Maybe like just keep it very like small, like 3 legs. You guys remember sizzlers, right? And for those of you who are new here, a sizzler is basically when you just kind of keep rolling it over. It's like one play after another. So they're not all happening at the same time like a typical parlay. It's just, you keep rolling over the dough and rolling it over again and rolling over again. Plus, it also allows you to protect, like, your original bankroll, like, after you won the first play. And then you take all of that and play the second play. And then you take all of that and play the third play. So, it is, like, a better way of doing parlays, in my opinion, anyways.
It was a lot of fun during Smoke the Spread. Sometimes we would get a morning, afternoon, and evening game, so a 3-leg. And when those hit, that's a substantial amount of money.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, those were always so fun.
We used to be able to hit some fun live bets, too, during the show. You remember that? We hit some big plus money spots.
Yeah. You know what? And we're still doing that. I love it.
Yeah.
It is fun. I feel like the live plays on the show always do so well. Like, there's just something magical about them.
It's magical when Cricket and Ari get together and intertwine their souls, and boom, that's where you find the winners. But I'll tell you, the email has kept me buying all of my extracurricular activities all year long. Like always, you keep me in the money, Ari.
I love that. Thank you. That's what we're here for today. We're here to make money, to find the winners, to be selective about our plays, and, really find some winning spots. So,
You're right, Tyler. The gang's all here, brother.
Exactly. It's so great having all of you here again. Let's go. Healthport.
Put the band back together.
Healthport, I couldn't agree with you more. Alrighty. Let's talk about just some of my favorite games of today and some of these lines that are moving in the NFL so far. So I am looking at this 1:00 game between the Steelers and the Ravens.
Ooh.
So
Looking it up.
This line is interesting because I see the Steelers spread starting to move. They open up, they're underdogs, sitting at +8.5, but it did start moving in the right direction. They're sitting at +6 right now. Only thing that's, making me pause on this spread before even moving it into an action play is it's looking like a lot of Joe money is here, kind of pushing this line, and versus it just being like a sportsbook move. So,
did you say it opened up at 6.5, man?
It opened up at +8.5, went to +6.
Oh, all the way down to 5.5 on my book.
Really? You know what?
Yes.
Let me see what some of this money is doing now. Let's just see.
That's significant, right? For an NFL game?
Yeah, I would say it's moving a bit for sure. Let's see, plus 5.5, minus 110, minus 105 in a lot of spots. So it does look like they're just kind of holding this line here. I mean, I like it. It's on the move. I would say I'm not playing it at this moment, but
our in-house sharp does not like this game.
yeah,
I mean, see that.
I'm seeing the money flipping all over the place, and it's just really mixed. So,
but when Tyler says the Browns, you need to pay attention to the Browns. What do we got going on there?
You like the
I got
Browns
minus 3.5 at on my book.
Okay, let me see where it opened up at.
I am in a Discord with Tyler, and he hits a lot of good bets. He's a player prop guy.
He's good. He's really good.
Yeah, he is.
Can't wait for him to start dishing out those WNBA bets. Oh my gosh. So I see the Browns.
What a fun season that was.
That was fun. The Browns just kind of are sitting there right now. What I'm seeing is like it just is opening at minus 3.5, and it's just kind of sitting there right now.
Yeah, it's just chilling.
I would like to see this move a little bit, and the money is looking. It's looking just a little bit Joe.
Bunk shit in here, brother.
It's looking just a little bit Joe on the Browns right now. Oh, that Steeler game is hated. Okay, I guess we're passing on the Browns and the Steelers today too.
Eric, you're right about that. Steelers and Packers get a lot of fans betting, right? Those blue butt fans like that, and they can really screw a lineup.
Yeah, I mean, when you get a lot of money flooding in, I mean, it's like the sportsbook still has to, manage their risk too. I mean,
yes.
I'm not seeing this Colts game is looking very mixed. Everywhere except some local spots are holding it at minus 1.5, like right where it opened up, and the money is like probably the most mixed on the board, honestly.
I know everybody in the chat loves football, and I love football, but usually the money to be made is in Canisius basketball. The money that when you want to make money, you dig into the smaller schools. That's what I've learned from Ari.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's where the plays are at, but then sometimes it gets a little tricky too. It does.
Some of the plays you put out, Ari, they're not even on TV. That's how perfect they are.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you go in there and slide, when you're sliding in on your ops right there, sliding on them.
Well, I like to do a lot of line shopping. So, lately it's really, working on creating like a dashboard that brings in like all the lines from like the prediction markets and all the lines from like the sports books and everything. And like looking at the prediction markets, like a lot of them don't even have like the games that I want to play. So, I mean, they're still evolving, and a lot of times it's like, oh, well, I could only, play this at the sports book.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see though. I mean, everyone seems to be getting on these prediction markets lately, and I don't know. I mean, I find like in some spots, like, if it's not such a popular game or sport, like you could really find some like good, better value over on the prediction market versus the sports book. But if it's a big game that everybody's betting on, then sometimes not so much. Sometimes it gets a little bit harder.
Right now, when you look at your book, Ari, right now, where do you have the Commanders at? What are you seeing them? I see them at -1.
Let me look. I'm seeing, let me see. -1.5 in most spots, -1 in other spots.
That's fair.
It's just kind of sitting there. But yeah, I like this Commanders. I mean, I think they opened up at +1.5. They flipped to -1.5. Now they're sitting at -1, -1.5 in some spots. There is some money on the Commanders. So I would say this is a strong lean for me at the moment. It's a strong lean. So I'm going to put that into the action play pile.
Put that in the lean pile?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a bet pile, right? The Commanders? Or no?
I would put that into a lean pile right now. Like, it's a strong lean.
Fair.
Yeah, like I like it, but you know, like I just kind of want to see see how this works out a little bit more. You know, it was looking a little bit stronger, like a stronger play earlier. I don't really like how this line is bouncing around, like moving to +1. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it just depends on the book for real.
Got it. What are you seeing in college basketball? Anything that's catching your eye?
Yeah, definitely. So I have a few plays in college basketball that I like. You know what? Did I finish giving you my plays in the NFL first?
No.
Okay, you guys already know I like the Rams
Yep.
today. I played this early at -7.5. By the way, this is like the one NFL play that I really like today. I think this is just going to be a blowout. I played at -7.5. It went early from -1.5 to -7.5. It was level 1 money, went to -8.5. This line just kept moving out. -9.5 now is where it's sitting at. Level 3 money is looking very solid. I think this is going to be a great play. I really do.
The Rams.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just watching all the money push this, watching the sportsbook move in the right direction, I think this is going to be solid. I'm highlighting this one in red. I'm not putting this in my action pile. I'm putting this in my I like to play this pile. All right. Eagles are going to turn around this week. Hopefully.
Hey, Ben.
I don't have a...
No, bro.
I don't have a play in this game right now at the moment. But I know we have a lot of Eagles fans that are in the audience. Welcome in, Ben. Yeah.
I'll tell you, I think it was last week I was watching the Eagles. I was talking to E on the phone, Eric on the phone, and those fans in Philly are a different type of breed.
You would love them, though.
Like they were going to hang that coach.
I feel like if you were in Philly, like you would love all the fans out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They look like they are straight up,
like
just hardcore. You gotta win.
Oh, they are for sure. But I feel like you would like definitely fit into the crowd. Like you would like all the green already works. You know what I'm saying? It just moving from
Oh, they love the Packers. Probably,
Packers
sure.
to the Eagles. I'm like you'll blend in. Don't worry. No, but the Philly fans are like. Yeah, no, I mean, you can't lose to the Cowboys. Like, people were so upset about that. Just, like, no, people are really upset about the losses. But I do think that the coach for the Eagles, like, I'm not going to lie, I've kind of had my doubts about him for the past couple of years. I mean, I know everyone thinks he's, like, the best of the best, Sirianni's, like, the best of the best. But there are definitely some plays that are a little more questionable in my mind. Like, I don't know.
I think I'll tell you this, if the Bears come into Lambeau and beat the Packers today, people are going to be absolutely over the Matt LaFleur thing. Just over it. Like, that's about where the Packers, I can tell where the fan base is. We're sick and tired of him having the perfect beard, but he can't get a play that's not up the middle or a swing pass.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time in the mirror, Ari. That's what I'm afraid of. Spends a lot of time in the mirror and not watching film.
Yeah. Yeah. No, if you were born in Philly, you would definitely be. You would fit right in.
Oh, I would be hardcore.
Super James. Can you even imagine? For real. Think about it for a second.
I have a story. A few years ago, I have a few buddies that are Vikings fans. And a few years ago, when they made it to the playoffs, maybe it was 4 years ago, when you get old, you kind of lose track of time. They played Philly in Philly. And some friends of mine went to that game. And literally one of the Philly fans was like, rape your mother. I was like, those fans are on a different level.
Yeah. Some of them are crazy.
Oh, all right. Can I tell you one story before I get out of here?
Yeah, of course.
I need to tell you this story. So I'm sitting at my desk yesterday, and I have an assistant that sits next to me, and he was checking out these pictures on his phone. He's like, I found this really hot chick. He's a single guy.
I love this story. I love this. You have your coworker like talking about me to you.
I'm like, let me see this chick. And I'm like, it's Ari. He was like, you know her? And I'm like, yeah, really well. What the hell do you have these? He's like, this is like my dream girl. I think he's literally taking one of those pictures and blowing it up into a poster like it's 1983 and you're Alyssa Milano.
Oh my god, wait, I could do like one of those like Farrah Fawcett with the hair. That would be a hot photo. Maybe you should put that in Ariel Calista's store. What do you guys think?
It was like I can have a side gig and hustle. Like I can let you for $200. I can get you an introduction to her.
You're like, this is my side gig now. I'll get you an introduction.
He was really impressed. I was
Wait.
like, she's a sports betting genius. She's not who you think she is. You see those pictures and you have a picture of your mind of who she is, you're wrong. I can tell you that right now. Whatever it is, you're wrong.
Like, come onto the show. Come get to know me.
Yeah.
Join the audience.
Like,
join the knife drawer.
Full-time girl is right. She could be the Snap-on Girl of the Year. I was telling them, I'm like, well, I'm a little older, but yeah, she's hot. But her brains is where you want to go dig into.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're talking about AI, sports betting, cannabis. We have a lot of fun on this show. Actually, speaking of cannabis, look at this. My new labels just came in for my products. Physicians approved. So exciting. Look how beautiful. Like, they really look so good. CBD for pets. And this is so healthy. You know what? I'm just like, yeah, I'm on the show doing this, starting my business, launching a new brand, and finally launching our new products, Delta 8, Delta 9. We only have like another year to sell them before everything's taken off the market and banished by the government. So
Is that about right? Is that real?
oh yeah, no, they just like slipped this into the last spending bill for sure. In fact, even seeds are going to be banned soon. Like, you won't even be able to buy seeds, even though they don't have any THC in them, which is crazy. No cannabis.
Really?
Yeah, no cannabis seeds. So it is pretty crazy what they're doing out there. And you know, I just want to make sure it could get into people's hands, which is why I want to give you and like everybody on the show like distro pricing on the CBD products. Like, for example, like if you're out there, you want to take some CBD, and I just want to say, like, CBD isn't for everyone. There is a little, you know, there is a bit of THC in the CBD as well, so like it might turn a drug test positive. So if you have to take drug tests, don't do it. But like, for this one, for example, like I'm selling it retail for like $129.95, right? For 3,000 milligrams. But like distro pricing, that's like $40. And you could go out, you know, sell this to your friends, to your family, at least while it's legal for the next few years and not getting banned by the government, just slipping this into the spending bill, trying to take it away from us.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that. They're quiet about it, right? I'll tell you that Ari's products are phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing a whole like sports betting and business thing too. Even wearing a Soul Ray necklace today. I know you got a Soul Ray necklace too for your wife. How did you like it?
Was that for our anniversary? You did one for us.
Yeah, I remember doing that. And
Yep.
we figured out all the stones for the kids.
Yep.
Everyone that was like so
birthdays.
meaningful.
No, it was Mother's Day, wasn't it? It was a Mother's Day gift. That's what we did.
I think so. I know. With the holidays coming around the corner, this is a new necklace I just designed. Wanted to wear it on air today. So pretty. It just
Dina
catches
would
the
love
light.
that.
Yeah.
Is that for sale?
This one?
Not if you're neck, but do you have others?
Yeah, I do. I have plenty of them all in silver. So, yeah, holidays are coming around the corner, guys. Make sure to stock up. Get something meaningful, custom, not the same thing as everybody else. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are loving the full spectrum CBD products. These are seriously great. I think, like, for the winter, everyone needs to start taking this for their health, like, especially, like, you know, you got sick in the winter, your immune system is down, you're not, like, in balance, you're not feeling as good as you normally feel. So
Spencer says beautiful necklace. I'm saying when you just showed that necklace, not one guy looked at that necklace. Not one.
Well, thank you. Well, it is pretty. So,
all right, Ari, I'm going to take off. I really appreciate you having me on. I want to do this again.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get together this week and try to figure out the audio.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
I'm still hearing you, like, I'm hearing you on the phone, but and that helps. But let's figure out how we can do this and get it ready for all your guests.
I love it. Okay, let's go.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for coming on the live stream.
I love you guys.
Thanks so much for coming on the stream. See you next time, Chris.
All right, bye.
All right, everyone. That was so much fun having Chris on the stream. I can't wait to have him and other guests on the live stream really soon. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, that was great. That was super great. So let's just dive back into some of these games. Actually, you know what? I think now would be a good time to roll into the 2-minute drill. Let's get started. Stay with me, and of course I will be in the comments section, so feel free to write in if you have any comments, questions, or email me after the show. Just go to arielcalista.com, click stay in touch. It's easy to sign up for my free daily emails. In my last video, you learned a foundation. Prediction markets aren't casinos, and they're not traditional financial markets. They are probability engines powered by the people. Every price you see is the crowd's real-time estimate of what the future looks like. And today, we're leveling up our education because not all markets inside a prediction platform behave the same. In fact, there are two very different structures you're going to see over and over again: event contracts and continuous markets. Event contracts are the simplest form of prediction market. They answer a yes or no question. Will this happen? If it does, the contract settles at $1, and if it doesn't, it settles at 0. It's clean, binary, there is no gray zone. So think back to the examples from the last video. Will a team make the playoffs? Will inflation come in above 3%? These are event contracts. A price of 63 cents means the crowd believes there's a 63% chance of that outcome. And for my sports bettors, this should already feel natural. Event contracts behave exactly like money lines, translated into raw probabilities. But then, on the other hand, we have continuous markets. And these are where prediction markets start to behave like financial exchanges. Instead of asking, will something happen, they ask, how much will it happen? How many electoral votes will a candidate win? What will unemployment be like next quarter? Or where will crude oil close on Friday? These markets don't settle at 0 or 1. They settle on a scale, and because they're continuous, they update constantly as the expectations shift. The price isn't just measuring belief, it's measuring the magnitude of belief. Here's the key insight. Event contracts tell you if, continuous markets tell you how much. Same topic, completely different strategic behavior. A perfect example of this is the 2024 election cycle. Traders could bet on the binary question, will candidate X win? But they could also trade on how many electoral votes will they receive? One market is predicting direction and the other is predicting scale, and they often move differently because the crowd might be confident about the outcome while still uncertain about the margin. Last time, we talked about prediction markets as a live scoreboard for collective belief, and today we're adding a new layer to that understanding. Not all scoreboards measure the same thing. Event contracts, they measure the truth in black and white, whereas continuous markets, they measure it in gradients. When you understand which world you're trading in, you stop reacting to the price and you start understanding what the price is actually trying to tell you. I hope you guys enjoyed that 2-minute drill. Thank you so much for the compliments there. And yeah, let's just roll into a few more games. It's so wonderful seeing all of you guys in the stream. That was so much fun having our first guest on, and so sorry about all the little technical difficulties at the beginning of the show. I'm still figuring this out, so I'm really appreciative of all of you guys just bearing with me and bearing with me while I figure it out. So yeah, and Chris, can't wait to have you back on the show. It's really great to, kind of still have a lot of the old Smoke the Spread crew back together again. That was a great show, and I think we're just building something really interesting now. Alright, so let's dive into some of my plays that I like for today, because we still have plenty to cover here. Alrighty. So let's talk about some college basketball. So first, one of my leans right now is Kansas. I like this Kansas spread against Missouri. This is a 1 o'clock game coming right up. Kansas opened up at -4.5. This line then moved to -5.5. There was level 1 money, but this money quickly became very pro. Started identifying quite a few pros on this spread. So I would say right now in college basketball, this is a bit of a lean on Kansas, a bit of a harder lean on Kansas today. Another game I wanted to talk about is St. Francis versus Radford. This is a 2:30 p.m. game, and Radford opened up at -11.5, and they went up to -13.5 on level 3 pro money. I like how this spread is moving, and you know what? I think this Radford spread is potentially going to be a good play for today. I like how it's moving. I like seeing all this pro money here. And yeah, not even a lean. This is definitely a play that I like. Another lean though that I have is this Alabama A&M versus the Bisons at 5 o'clock. So this total opened up at 142.5, went to 145.5. There's level 1 money. I think this is bettable now. You could bet this over right now, but I would say just watch it. Just watch and hold off for right now, even though this Alabama A&M over is looking pretty good. I do think, you might just want to watch and wait. It was a good move though. It was a good move. So I think the over is going to develop here. You are playing it. Love it. Okay, you are playing that Radford spread. Yeah, that's a good one. That is looking like a very solid play. But my play of the day is in college basketball. This is the play that I like the most, and that is the total in this TCU North Texas game. This is a 5:30 p.m. Eastern game, and I like this total because it opened up at 132.5. It went up to 135.5. There's level 5 money here, pushing this over. This is my play of the day. The line, the money, all of it is pretty significant. So I would say I like this play the most, and that is my favorite play. And yes, I know we have a full slate of football going on today, but college basketball, that's the play that I really like. So that's what I'm looking at. And just to give you guys a quick rundown on all the plays that I really like so far, then we'll cover the action plays next. Just a quick rundown from football. I know there was a lot going on. Rams, the spread on the Rams is what I like the most. When it moved out to -7.5, I grabbed it, and I just think this is going to be a blowout. College basketball, Radford spread is one of my favorites, and also this over in a TCU North Texas game. Those are my favorite plays on the board today. Now let's dive into some of my action plays, because I did have quite a few of them I was talking to you guys about, like the Commanders, for example. I love the spread here, but this is, for now, I'm putting this into my action play pile. Packers, I really like this spread as well, and I'm gonna also put this like into a hard lean like action play pile. Then in college basketball, the over in Alabama A&M, I'm going to put this into an action play pile as well. So we have a nice mix today, a nice mix of action plays and, you know, plays that I really like, that are my favorite on the board. Oh wow, level 5 money now on the over? That is interesting. Let's take a look at this Alabama A&M. This was on my radar, and let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Wow, there is a lot of money. Okay, it's even moving in some spots to like 146, but not every spot. All right, I like this. I like this play. I like this play even more now. You're liking all my action plays and turning them into solid plays. All right, let's go. I think we have some good plays here. And also this is a live stream, so just let me know if there is anything else on the board that you would like me to look at. And I'm happy to dive into those games. Okay, so I did want to talk about AI real quick before we move on, start covering even more games. I know we have our hockey pros here in the audience. Derek, I could definitely use some picks from you. And NBA, of course. We have NBA lean that I'm looking at, and we're just going to dive into that. But first, let's talk about AI. So last time we learned, AI is basically like almost an umbrella term for all of this stuff, like whether it is the chatbot that you're using, like Claude or Perplexity or ChatGPT, or whether it is the machine learning or deep learning model that the sportsbook is using, to make their predictions. All of this falls under the AI umbrella, even though these are two completely different things and they work in very different ways. But when it's referred to as AI, and all of them are, it does get a little confusing. But now we know AI is just kind of almost like a big umbrella term for all of these different things, whether it's a neural network, whether it is a chatbot, a large language model, or whether it is like a machine learning model that's really forecasting, predicting the future. All this is under the term AI. Now today I wanted to discuss understanding data, because all of these models and everything that even like the LLMs are trained off of is data, and there's a lot of data. And having bad data, I heard this in a quote actually last week. I was listening to Twiml AI podcast, and they bring on a lot of founders from, companies like Nano Banana or Waymo or whatever. And I actually heard this quote within the last week or two, and I thought it was very interesting and very telling, because this is exactly, I mean, to put it in most simplest form, it's exactly what's happening out there. It is, bad data is worse than no data. And it's true, because you could build a beautiful model, have it giving you the correct outputs, train it, test it, validate, and if it's based on bad data, seriously, if it's based on bad data, if you're working with old data, you know, maybe you're looking at data from 10 years ago, or, you know, I mean, and it's just not relevant anymore. You know, trying to teach a model that bad data, like, you will get good predictive outputs, you know, when you train your model right. But at the end of the day, you know, you could train your model, you can make sure it's generalizing to new information very well, you know, you test it against new information that it hasn't even seen yet, and it could still be testing out well. But if it's all with bad data, then, you know, you're never going to get a good result, and it's a lot of wasted, useless effort, you know, unless you have good data. So that's something I wanted to leave you guys with today in the AI world, is just how valuable good data and information is, because you don't want to spend a lot of time building models, you know, looking at all of these different scores. You know, maybe you're looking at precision, accuracy, like F1 scores, things like that, and you're really trying to see, like, how good is my model? And you know, it's only going to be as good as the data is that you have. So, you know, you got to make sure you have good data. And yeah, that's what I wanted to leave you with like our little AI chunk segment today. So now you guys know just a little bit more. You know, sometimes it's better to just have no data than it is to have bad data. Don't waste your time dealing with bad data. And that's why the sports books are always doing so well, why they're able to be so accurate, is because they do have the best data, the real-time data, you know, second by second. And I mean, they are getting it from, you know, I mean, it's kind of the same companies that are getting it from, like, literally on the field. So yeah. Alrighty, so let's move on to the NBA. Now, I did see a little bit of movement towards the under in the Celtics Raptors game, just looking at that right now, but it's not looking too interesting to me. This total opened up at 227.5, dropped down to 224.5 on mixed money. So not my favorite. I'm just watching it right now. The money is very mixed, and I just want to see, like, you know, will some sharps come in? Or, you know, it doesn't look like it's really a reaction to money at the moment because it is so mixed. So let's just hold off on this one. Same thing with this Trailblazers Grizzlies game. You know, the total is dropping here from 235.5 to 231.5, but it is dropping against some over money. So not my favorite play on the board. However, this Oklahoma City versus Utah game is looking very interesting to me. This is at 8 o'clock tonight. Utah, this spread is interesting. It opened up at plus 11.5, so they're the underdogs, of course, and moved to plus 9.5 on some mixed pro money. And yes, I do think Oklahoma City will potentially have the best record this season, but I don't know. I mean, I think Utah might play hard at home. I think this might be a closer game tonight. And I think Utah's going to play hard. So that's why it's like seeing it at plus 9.5. It's looking pretty good. You know, I've been keeping my eye on the total too here, but it's been bouncing around. It opened up at 235.5, went all the way up to 237.5, back down to 236.5. So, you know, still just kind of all over the place. Not my favorite right now. All right, so let's move on to hockey. Derek, any huge plus money plays? That was great, getting that like plus 140 play the other day. Well, you know, it moved from plus 180, you grabbed the plus 180, and all of us were live looking at the game, and I'm like, yes, this is meeting all my parameters. I love when that happens. I mean, seriously, finding these little nuggets like on air, diamonds, gemstones in the rough, like, I love it. It's so much fun. The only play that I'm looking at right now in hockey is just a total. It opened up over 6, minus 105 in this Islanders-Panthers game. And since then, it has moved up to 6.5 plus 105 with level 2 money on the over. I do see that over 6 minus 115 is still available in certain spots, but I don't like the plus 105. There's a lot of money on this, and I think this is looking like a solid play. All right, those are all of my plays for today, everyone. Wow, this has been such a fun show. It was great having Chris on. Can't wait to have him back on the live stream soon. Eric, would love to have you on. Would love to have some more of you guys on the live stream. Even if we haven't live streamed together in the past, it would be great, you know, really getting some information from all of you out there. A lot of you guys have some really good, you know, knowledge that, you know, you're bringing to the table that's new, that's fresh, and we want to hear about it. Seriously. Or we just want you to come and hang out with us, because this is a fun live stream, and yeah, we're all about winning together. It's a good time. It's always a good time here on Sports Betting Illuminated. So yeah, okay. You guys, all right, you guys are making your bets right now in the knife drawer. I love it. Locking it in, finding some good plus money plays, and that's what we're all about here. Wow, I love this. I hope everyone has a great, wonderful winning day. I am going to take another cannabis hit. I can't believe they're literally banning seeds in all over the country in the next year. Like, by next year. All the seeds. You won't be able to buy cannabis seeds and grow at home. Can you believe that? Literally. I'm going to be like the biggest criminal in the country because I have hundreds of seeds. Crazy. Well, if you can't sell them, then I'll just give them away for free. That cannabinized me. Thanks so much, Healthport. It was great having you here. Thanks for joining the stream. And by the way, guys, even though this isn't currently on my website, the CBD, I will ship it to you guys. Just rate me. Let me know if you want some. But they are all tested. I got the COAs and everything, and they just look so pretty. I designed the labels, designed the branding and everything. And it will be really exciting. It's probably going to be one of the first products that I start carrying in my Ola Health store, which, you know, I started with a doctor. And yeah, let me know. Let's stay healthy this winter. Don't forget to write me for some Soul Ray jewelry, far infrared emissive jewelry, because staying healthy doesn't have to look boring or ugly or plain. And, you know, it's a great season to have some custom gifts as well. You know, keep the people around you in your circle healthy and happy. And keep them in some wagers. Tell them about the daily report just by going to arielcalista.com. Click the button that says stay in touch. Plus, all of the emails have share buttons on them. So you could just tell your friends, tell your family. You could forward it to them, and then they know how to sign up. It's so easy. So, yeah, get them to join. Let's do some winning together. Good luck on all of your wagers today, everyone. And let's have a great end to the weekend. Yeah. All right. Of course, feel free to write me anytime. Reply back to any of the emails. I write back right away. Good luck, everyone, today. Thanks so much for joining the live stream, and I'll see you all next time.